The man was born with a power unmatched by anyone. Yet on his wrist, he wore a bracelet forged from a meteorite. Every minute, it increased in weight by 10 pounds. Because his teacher believed that when he practiced martial arts, he was always just a little short of perfection. So he wanted to use the bracelet to temper the man's willpower, allowing him to use only 1% of his true strength each day. 3 years passed quickly. The weight on the man's wrist had already surpassed that of a mountain. Thinking that only 3 days remained until the Martial Arts Academy's entrance tournament, the man asked his teacher to remove the bracelet. But to his surprise, even the teacher couldn't remove it. It could only be released when the 3-year limit was reached. Then it would unlock automatically. Knowing that the time would come at noon 3 days later, the man stopped pressing the issue. After saying goodbye to his teacher, he left. Unbeknownst to him, his teacher was actually the headmaster of the Martial Arts Academy. The reason he never revealed his identity was because he wanted the man to earn his way into the academy on his own. Thinking of the man's low status within his family, the teacher immediately ordered his subordinates to personally deliver an invitation to the selection tournament and to make sure the student could participate on time. Just as the teacher expected, the man had just returned home when he heard that the family head had revoked his right to compete, all because his father was a man who had married into the family. Since his mother's death, the man had often suffered ridicule from others. They not only mocked his lowly status, but also sneered that his father was a useless waste. Hearing their taunts, the man silently clenched his fists. He was just about to teach James, who mocked him, a lesson when the bracelet on his wrist suddenly grew heavier again. Already struggling to bear the weight, the man froze as the added weight made him unable to move. He was even beaten by Jack. His father tried to plead for him, but the family head wanted to break the man's arm to make him a complete cripple. Just as they were about to act, the teacher's subordinates finally arrived. They handed the invitation letter to the family head and warned everyone to ensure the man's safety. They stated clearly that anyone selected by their academy who was injured before the competition would cause their entire family to be erased. Hearing this, though unwilling, the family head had to agree. But as soon as the subordinates left, he ordered his men to lock the man up, saying that, while he couldn't harm him, he could still imprison him, so he'd have no chance of joining the martial arts tournament. That night, the man, locked inside the storage room, was trying to break free from his chains. But the next moment, his father entered the room. Carrying a bag he'd packed for his son, he urged the man to escape, but the man refused to leave, choosing to stay and wait for the bracelet to come off so he could compete. Hearing this, his father showed deep concern. He believed his son had no martial talent and would only get hurt if he went. As they argued, suddenly burst open again. The next second, James entered with his men. Knowing they wouldn't give up on competing, James had been waiting nearby. Seeing the two trying to escape, he ordered his men to beat them both. Because of the bracelet's weight, the man couldn't fight back. Seeing his father being beaten and hearing James continue to insult him, the man swore silently that he would make them pay. But what enraged him even more was when James's men searched his father's bag and found the wooden plaque that represented his late mother. The man struggled to resist, but in the next second, Jack cruelly stomped the plaque to pieces. He warned them not to think about leaving, saying he'd deal with them after the tournament. Then he left. Seeing his wife's broken plaque, the father shed tears of guilt. The man tried to comfort him, but his father scolded him harshly, saying he didn't want his son to get hurt. But then the man said something that shocked his father. He declared that in 3 days at the tournament, he would make everyone see who he truly was. But there was only one condition. The family had to delay the match until noon. The day of the tournament arrived quickly. Contestants from all the families had gathered. They were waiting for the academy's referee to announce the start. But as the match was about to begin, the man still hadn't shown up. Watching from afar, the teacher felt a wave of confusion, but he couldn't change the schedule. He could only send his men to search for the man. Meanwhile, in the arena, the referee was announcing the competition rules. The only event was live combat. Whoever remained standing at the end would be declared the champion. Not only would they be admitted into the academy, but could even become the headmaster's disciple. As soon as the referee announced the start, the eager contestants rushed onto the stage, but all of them were defeated by Brian. He arrogantly told everyone that he didn't even want to join the academy and only joined the fight to teach the trash a lesson. Seeing Brian's arrogance, James became furious, but he was no match for Brian. In just 5 minutes, he was defeated. Meanwhile, the teacher's men found the man who'd been imprisoned and rescued him. Back at the tournament, Brian had already defeated all the contestants. Even the family patriarch couldn't stand against him. Seeing Brian about to cripple James, the family head offered his entire fortune to anyone who could save James. But Brian's terrifying power made everyone lower their heads in fear. Just as the family head was at a loss, the man's father stepped forward. He declared that he would fight, but his goal wasn't to save Brian, it was to buy time for his son.